Hi folks, welcome to or welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back, I hope you'll like it here and stick around and subscribe. This was in my emails. Somebody wanted me to do this video of Lisa, and if you've got any videos that you'd like me to react to, drop them in an email to chattoexposed@aol.com or stick them under a video in a comment. So this is, look what John found. Makeup and brushes thought were gone forever. Do you know why she thought they were gone forever? Because she didn't do her own packing. She knew they were moving. She knew she had to pack. And she was like, left everything to the last second. So John paid movers to come in and box it all up. And on the day they were moving, she was in the hairdresser's. And he had to phone her and say, can you get your ass back to our home? We're moving. Can you give them some idea of what you want, put where? But no, she couldn't possibly do that. Then complained about how the movers packed things. Well, maybe had you packed them yourself, princess, you'd know where they were. And we haven't even started yet. Let's get into it, shall we?
Hey guys, it's me, and today is Monday. Will is out of school. I'm sure it's like an Easter holiday for a lot of people. And as you can probably hear,
It's an Easter holiday for every people.
Here we have a tin roof right here. It is raining. It's going to rain all day. So I kind of wanted to do this video anyway. I hope that it will be fun for you. But what happened is probably, I would say maybe not even 2 days, maybe the day before I went out of town to Vegas. John was, we're little bit by little bit cleaning out the garage. And so he opened a box and he came inside and he just nonchalantly said, I just opened a box full of your makeup. He said, I think it's been packed up since we moved from the house. I don't think it's ever been opened. And I thought to myself, I mean, whatever's in there can't be anything because, I would have missed it, or, I didn't think about it too much. So I didn't even go straight out there. Well, a few minutes later, I went out in the garage to talk to him.
I didn't even go straight out there, but a few minutes later I went out to the garage. So which is it? You went or you didn't go? Oh, it couldn't have been anything great because I would have missed it. No, you wouldn't have missed it. You're drowning in stuff. You wouldn't have missed anything. And as I said at the beginning, had you packed your own shit up, you would never have lost it in the first fucking place.
And I could not believe what was in this box. It was a box full of not only the makeup, but even, oh God, I touched, even the containers, you know what I mean, that I can use now. I am supposed to, here, I'll hold this. I'm supposed to be getting this closet upstairs. I had it kind of customized for makeup so that I don't have it sitting everywhere and I can get really organized. And it's supposed to be ready in April, and I have not heard from them. So you can imagine just the makeup I have sitting around in boxes, and I really don't want to buy a lot of like containers until I know exactly my spaces and what I need. So it's just a mess. I thought that you would enjoy going through these with me because evidently what happened is when we moved from my old house to my rental house and the movers helped us pack, they must have just picked up this stuff and packed it. See, I probably wouldn't have done it that way, but anyway.
They picked up the stuff and packed it. I probably wouldn't have done it that way. No, you didn't do it anyway. You didn't do fucking anything. You packed fuck all. And you're complaining about how they packed your stuff. Who does she think she is, for fuck's sake? You whinge on, this is my job. Well, you'd think you'd take more care of the stuff that you use in your job then, wouldn't you?
and it is just some good stuff. I mean, it was the best walk down memory lane, and a lot of these things, I thought to myself, why did I give that away? You know, things that you can't replace or things that I bought over. So, and a whole container of brushes. And it's like they took the brushes that I was using and emptied them into this container because it's like some of my most used brushes. When I was
And you didn't miss them at all. See, most people with a brain, when they're moving, they make sure that they know what box the kettle's in so they can have a brew when they get to the other end. And they put all their important things in boxes. And 9 times out of 10, they put them in their own car and take them themselves so that they get there in one piece. You didn't even do that. You left everything to the last second and then said, John, I don't think I can do this in time. So he had to pay more money to get it done for you, and then you complain about how they did it.
Going through my brushes, I would notice that there was like one out of the set missing, and I would think, how did I lose that one? Because I usually don't lose things like that. So anyway, if you'd like to have this little walk down memory lane, stay with me. Okay, we're just going to start with this little drawer here, and I think this was in here too. This is like the most beautiful palette, and it's so boring, but there's something different about it. And it is the Tarte Clay Play Face Shaping Palette. And it is just magnificent. We're using natural light today because if I were to turn my lights on, it would give it that kind of warm orangey cast. So I think the just real light is going to be good for today. But see how it's got those 3 fabulous contours and just every little set of eye. Oh my goodness.
It looks like every other palette you've ever bought. They all look the same. Every eye look looks the same.
Just amazing, amazing. Brooke said people still come in Ulta and ask for this. And I think there's something similar now that you could get. Oh my gosh, I've got so much going on out here. They're, like I said, working on both of these houses. Okay, this one was one of my all-time favorite palettes. When I hear people talk about this, I was like, why did I give that away? It is the Katie and Desi, the Dose of Colors Friendication palette, I think. Yes.
Now that's a bit better. I always wanted to get that, but with it being in America and postage and packing and customs and postal charges, and it's just not worth the aggravation. But has anyone ever seen her wear that bright blue? Does she actually wear it?
Remember how much I love this palette? This color and this color and this color and this color. Oh my goodness, with a little bit of that.
Which is the same as all the other boring palettes you've got. So why buy one with bright colours in it when you're not going to use them?
Just awesome. This is the Huda Beauty New Nude palette.
New Nude.
Still has the little paper in it. And these aren't my favorite colors as far as like pinky colors, but I do like that color, that color. And I might, you know, I've been watching so many different, like Babs Beauty loves these palettes, and I didn't know how to use those really chunky ones. So that kind of intimidated me, so I might be able to use it.
Don't talk wet, Lisa. You're not going to use the chunky fucking glitters. You're not going to use the nice purples or the pinks. You're going to pick out all the neutral tones and all the browns, and you're going to use them. Sorry, I'm just putting a lid on my coffee cups. Oops, sorry. So that I can have a drink. But it's like, yeah, why buy a palette with colours in when you've got no intention of ever using those colours?
More now. Kylie Jenner, Chill Baby. That might have some good ones in it. I actually have a pile downstairs that I'm going to give to my cleaning girls. It is like, it's some stuff that I liked, but I wasn't crazy about. This is the Kylie palette. pretty shadows. Like these were, limited.
Don't you just love the way she buys all this stuff to show us? Okay, whatever. And then she just gives it all away. She could sell it on Depop and put the money back into her channel. But she's just so fucking wasteful. Oh, I don't want this anymore. I'll just give it away. Then, 2 weeks down the road, she'll see someone else using it and she'll be like, oh, maybe I was wrong. So she'll buy it again. And then she'll give it away again. If that doesn't scream fucking madness to people, I don't know what would.
Limited edition. Nudie Patootie from Laura Lee. I mean, look how pretty that is.
It's brown.
I just loved this palette. It has like some really that bear color right there. That's one of my favorite colors to put in the crease. My Tartlet in Bloom. And it's so funny, I had just bought a new one, but this one looks like brand new. I bet I haven't even used that other one. I can probably take it back. Such a good palette. Like, that one is a must-have. Kylie Jenner Pressed Powder Palette. Okay, this one, I could probably do without that one. This might go in the giveaway, just because I know I'm not going to use those red type shades. This one, when I saw this, I thought,
because I know I'm not going to use them red types of shades. Did you get that in PR or did you buy it? Because if you bought it, you're insane.
oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I had just watched Mario and Kim do a look with this. I mean, it was an older video, but it is the KKW times Mario palette, the artist and the muse. Still have the plastic. So pretty. So now I can follow that tutorial. Oh, I just love it. LisaLisaD1.
Will you follow that tutorial though? It's like when she does get ready with me and it's like, and I'm putting this here and it's, I need a microscope. I can't see anything on her eyes. It is like the Emperor's New Clothes. Oh, and don't you just love that? What? Where? I can't see anything. Pardon me.
A great palette. A lot of these shades are a little warm for me, but I remember liking that one. Looks like I liked that one a lot. Casual DTR. Oh, it has a good black in it too. And I think I liked that one too. Everything. So another good palette. A lot of these.
If anyone didn't need all these palettes, it's you. Why don't you just, you loved MAC. Why don't you just go to MAC and build your own palette with all the browns and creams and crease colours that you need, and then you don't need to buy anything else, says she with a bedroom full of eyeshadow palettes. But all mine are different. That's the thing.
These are, still relevant. KK Beauty. I heard that she is rebranding because of the whole getting divorced thing. To me, that isn't that big of a deal, but I guess when you're getting divorced, it is. So KK Beauty, I don't know let's see what palette this is. KK Beauty eyeshadow palette. Is it like her first one or something? But a good neutral palette.
They're all neutral.
Okay, and then this about made me want to cry because I could not believe I had.
Oh, for the love of fuck, are we crying over makeup now? First it was perfumes, now it's makeup. Why would she be crying when she could buy it again?
Given this away. My old MAC palette, my Z palette, with all of my OG original shadows. Like, look at this one that's hit pan. What is this? I'm trying to, I've got a sticker or a magnet on it. I'm curious. Let's just see if I can.
You're going to break the shadow.
Mylar. Gosh, do they even make that anymore? I want to remagnetize it now. That must have been a good one. And let's see. Brulee. Remember, I always.
Does that annoy anyone else? Oh, that's a good one. All makeup's good. It's all just fucking powder in a thing. Oh, that's a good one. What does that even mean? That and her yummy foundations. God. See, all she needs is that Z palette. She doesn't need anything else because she's like I am with purple. She will keep going for the same colours. So she'll use 2 colours in one palette. What's the point? Just pick up the MAC one.
I always think of Makeup Geek when I think of Brulee because that was one of her favorite shadows. But just, oh my goodness, like this one has been used a lot. Wedge, handwritten. What is this one? Soft brown. Ones I've bought over and over again. Let's see, Tita Tint, matte. What is this one? Texture. Texture is like the ultimate. Texture and Saddle are 2 warm shades that I always liked. So anyway, loved seeing that. You're gonna die. Tati Beauty. I was thinking, why did I give that palette away? That's like a collector's item. So
I'm sort of wishing I got that now. I thought it'd be around for a while. I didn't realise she was going to give up doing everything. Because I wanted to try the glittery ones because everyone was raving about the glitters and it was like, oh, but it was ridiculously priced. And then, like I say, postage and packaging from America. Then it comes over here and the post office charges us money for handling it and then customs charges on top. And it's like, no, it's not worth that much.
I'm so glad I still have this. She really did some good shimmers in here. I think I like the Soothe section.
Is that the
Happy
browns?
to get that. And then here is another Z palette that I just had some Ben Nye. I had just a Inglot, maybe Max Sculpt and Emphasize, just some like random shadows in here. And then I had this Melt stack. It's got, and I had just heard someone using that shade Rot, which is weird, but that might be a good liner. Just some good, I think, yeah, that is a good one. How do you know what the name is? Classic? Oh,
It's on
okay.
the bottom.
And there's, I don't know what this one's called. Oh, the Rust stack. That makes sense. And I hope you can see my makeup. I know I'm turned to an unflattering angle. It's putting a shadow right there, but I'm not going to worry about it. But today I used some of my new makeup. I'll put everything down below. But
What is it with these people and the unflattering angles? Do you go through life holding your head in one position and only letting people look at you from a certain distance? Why? Then fucking filtering yourself to fuck on Instagram so you look nothing like yourself. Then people meet you in public and they're like, huh, who are you? Oh, is that you? And then you have all these wonderful pictures and all these filters on. You think you look amazing. Then you walk past a mirror in your house and shit yourself because you don't know who it is in the mirror. This is why all these young girls are fucking anxiety and depression, because they're trying to live up to something that's totally impossible to live up to. Fucking stupid. And at her age, she should know better.
something that was so much fun was that Morphe powder blush, the nude one. I could just put it all over my cheeks, and I even put it like on my forehead and all around. It's such a...
Is that why Lardy's suddenly putting blush on her forehead? I wondered where she'd got that little trick from.
natural blush. It really brought everything together. So that's something you could go get. Don't even wait for next weekend. Just go get it this week. Okay, so here is another drawer. And oh my gosh, guys, look at this. This is the Afterglow palette. Oh, it's so pretty from...
I'm sorry. The Afterglow palette. What is that about? Really? She's worse than a 2-year-old at Christmas.
NARS. Just some good ones in here. Looks like I had barely used this.
Because you have...
And I just feel so much more confident now.
It's because you have barely used it. Even when you're confident with a palette, you barely use it. So much so that we can't see what you've put on.
Trying eyeshadow and stuff. I'm not as worried. Another MAC palette.
Worried.
I think this had like print.
Who worries over eyeshadow? Really? Put it on. Don't like it. Get a baby wipe or a cotton pad and some micellar water and wipe it off and start again. What's the problem? I've seen YouTubers do something and then they go, oh, I'm scared. Scared? You're scared to put a foundation on because it might be the wrong colour. You go and wash your face and you pick another one. Really? What?
And some other, I think that's maybe one I did my eyebrows with. I'm gonna try to hurry. Another MAC palette. This one's not that old. This is the Burgundy ×9. It seems like I saw someone use that. I might have bought that one twice. Okay, this is...
Do you not see the insanity of this, Lisa? I might have bought that one twice and you still haven't used it. Really?
This is a Chanel Les Beiges eyeshadow palette. This one's, I don't know, I might see if my mom wants this. This one's like not that thrilling. I think this would be better for someone who really didn't want a lot of eyeshadow. I don't know. We'll see about that one. My original Cocoa Mirage, Tom Ford. What is it called now? Meat Mirage? Why did they change the name of that? I don't get it, but it's the same palette. But you can see like the dents in mine. Love it. We'll never get rid of that. I have this Charlotte Tilbury. This was my favorite one. It's that whole face palette. And I remember taking this one to like Los Angeles. This one is the 5-minute face on the go smoky eye beauty. It's not that smoky. Okay.
Yeah, there was a black eyeshadow in there. Did you not see that?
Okay, let's see. I've got this in here. Uptown Girl Charlotte Tilbury palette. My typical cool colors. That would be a great Karen Mulder type eye palette to use. Another one of these.
Who's Karen Mulder? Am I missing something? I have no idea who that is.
This is the Semi-Sweet ×9. This is a good one. A really good one. Some of these are still available. Okay, a Dior, the Dream palette.
Right, does anybody else? I don't know why. Maybe they put the spongy applicators in because they appeal to the older woman who grew up using spongy applicators. But if you're paying through the nose for Chanel and Dior, I want it to stand out. That to me looks like a palette I could get from Avon. In fact, I've got an Avon palette and it looks just like a fucking Chanel one. Got the little spongy things in it and everything. I don't understand why people pay through the nose for them and then 9 times out of 10 the eyeshadows aren't all that, because I've seen people swatching them and it's like, really? I'd rather buy, I don't know, fucking 42 Morphe palette than pay for that and have to be digging in it like it's pound shop makeup and nothing shows. I remember I bought this really cute palette once from the pound shop. It looked like it was made like an Ace of Spades or something card. No matter how hard I tried, there was absolutely nothing but just chalky powder and it blew away. That's what fucking Chanel and Dior remind me of.
I don't know where all of these were grouped together like this. Pure Canage. Oh my gosh, I loved this palette. I mainly loved that middle shade.
Of course it was. Because
stacking them in here. Chanel.
You mainly loved that middle shade because it was brown. You like neutral browns. You don't need half of the shit you've got because you always go back to the same ones. Or the ones in the new palette that look like the ones in the last palette. It's absolute insanity. Hurry up, I want to see the brushes. I'm more interested in them.
Chanel Candor Experience. Look at this. I barely used it. So we're going to do, let's throw it back to some oldies.
You've barely used any of them. Same as me. When you have that amount of stuff, you do barely use things. And like I said, have you ever seen her put her makeup on? She hardly touches into the thing and she's like, oh yeah, can you see it? No, we can't see.
I remember this. I used to use this wet. It's called Dreams. And I remember getting this at a Chanel makeover and I told her I wanted a Victoria's Secret look. I think that was back when they used to have the Victoria's Secret shows, and she did my makeup with this and it was so pretty. It was so pretty. This one is Blurry Mauve. They still have this. because I always look at it. I always pick it up. Okay. Oh my gosh, my Pillow Talk palette. Okay.
Which Pillow Talk, though? Is this Pillow Talk Mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 50? I'm totally lost with Charlotte Tilbury now. Everything's Pillow Talk and I don't know what to order. And then, like you said with Tom Ford, she's changing the names of things just to confuse you and then you end up buying the same thing twice. Nope.
Got to get that back out and use it. Seems like I remember it wasn't dark enough or something. Okay, a NARS palette, Singapore.
So bring in a darker colour from one of the other million palettes you have. That's another bugbear of mine. It's like Tara. I love Tara babies. I love watching her hauls. But she always says, oh, this isn't standalone for me. I have to bring... Yeah. Look at your room. You've got enough... Everybody has got their under their brow highlight thing that they use. A colour that they use to set their eyeshadow primer, if that's the way they do their makeup. Their favourite this, their favourite that, and it's like I hate it when people are reviewing palettes and they go, oh, it hasn't got a black in it, or it hasn't got a white in it, or it hasn't got... You've got that a million times over. Why waste a space in a palette with a colour that they know you've got? And if you haven't, go and buy a black single that you can use. I don't understand. I get really fed up listening to that. Why hasn't it got this? Because it hasn't.
You know what? Seems like I remember.
What was that face about? I've got to go back.
Seems like I remember it wasn't dark enough or something. Okay, a NARS palette, Singapore. You know what? Seems like I remember getting this after I watched a Naomi Campbell video. I always love her makeup. To me, her, and I love the way she does it. If you will watch the way she does her lips, I'm not that good, but that's how I do mine. You just keep on layering until you like it. And that's how she does. And I think this might have been one of her palettes. Okay, this is another one of those face on the go palettes. This one is Beauty Glow. And, oh, it's a little bit lighter. These are really nice. I remember really loving those. Clé de Peau. I think TT Sandra made this one really popular. I can't remember the name of it. Okay. Let's see. What is this called? Eye Color Quad Refill. I do not see the name. It's 303. But I remember it was a good, like, taupey. And
brown.
And this one, the Wanted palette. Remember how much we loved this palette? Loved it. I still think that Unrated Summer, or the one that just came out, that's a good palette too. But this one is a really good one. So excited over that. Is that it? Oh, one more. Here, let's do this one while I'm sitting right here. I can kind of condense these. Okay. This was always a mystery to me. My LisaLisaD palettes. This is the regular matte. This is the dark matte.
You didn't miss them? No?
Matte. This is the cool matte. And this is the, I think it's the Paris. No, Sultry Nudes. You can see they've got the mile on them. And another old MAC palette. I think that blue and that one that I had hit pan on, I think those were my original MAC shadows when we could only go to MAC in Myrtle Beach. And my friend Kim and I went there. I've got another ViseArt palette here. Oh my gosh, which one is this? Minx. Another good one. I've got this, and I miss Marc Jacobs. I didn't know I really liked Marc Jacobs makeup that much, but I miss, you know, going to that counter and the different little things that they would come out with. Well, this is one of the best palettes they ever had, and it's called Scandalous. And it's just a good one. That color right there is really good.
The brown.
It was just all in all a good palette. Modern Glamour. Oh, looks like I barely used Modern Glamour.
There's a
Any
shot.
of these that you see, I would love I really want you to tell me, things that, the products that you see you want me to use.
They're all the same. What does it matter?
And I would love to do a look with that. And then this is an ambient palette, ambient lighting, dim, incandescent, and radiant light. This is like the OG, the original. So excited. I'm so excited. Not that I couldn't have repurchased these things, but they're even more special now that, I know I rediscovered them. And I don't know, I'll probably never get rid of these things now because they genuinely made me so happy. I could almost cry. Okay, almost done. And there were some things in there like, what was it? Some liquid type things. I think it was a Vita Labrada and a couple of liquidy things that had really gone bad, had separated and just really didn't look good. So I threw those things out. One of these powders, I told you I thought I had the pink one. Well, I probably didn't. I probably had this one, which is the number 1, and it's for fair skin, but I think it is a similar concept that you can set under your eyes and everything. I actually just ordered number 3. I looked everywhere for number 3, like in Nordstrom, everywhere I saw a Givenchy, counter, and at both Sephora's, that one was sold out. So that must be a really popular one. So I did order that, I think yesterday. And then I found an old lip glow, 209. I don't know. What is that called? Oh, it's one of the holographic ones. It says holographic.
Why don't you all just admit that you can't see and use a magnifying glass or something? I'm not too proud to say I can't see past the end of my nose. I have a magnifying glass beside me at all times so I can see things.
Holographic purple. I don't know if I ever used it. Look at that.
Nope.
Feast your eyes on this. I won't show you every brush, but I'll pick out like the ones that I was missing that I thought, where is that? This brush, because I had a whole set, so I was wondering where that was. This brush, I have the whole set, and these Smashbox brushes are unlike any other brush. They're just fabulous.
I love my Smashbox brush collection. I was really lucky. Back in the day, they used to have Smashbox on QVC. That's where I found it. And they used to do really good to TSVs. And they always included brushes. And it was like, I look back now and I look at the price of them and it's like, wow, I got a good deal when I got them.
Okay, this brush, remember this Sedona lace? I would use this brush for everything. This is one of those brushes that you can do contour, then bronzer, then blush, then highlight, all at the same time with this brush. It just works so well. This long Sephora brush, Tammy, I think, is the one that got me to get this one. And this works so well as your last, like sometimes if you want to put a little bit of shimmer or like Pillow Talk blush or like a dark bronzer, there's just something about it's, I don't know, it's fabulous. I hope they still sell.
We're going to do this one day. Put a load of Lisa videos together and we have to take a shot every time she says, I don't know.
Something like this. It's the Featherweight Blending Brush. And it's just put such a small area of something in such a light touch. Okay, remember this from the Scott Barnes. I bought this Makeup Forever brush. This is when you chisel your, I didn't really do a lot of chiseling today, but you chisel your jawline. Not all, but a lot of my original brushes, like before I started YouTube, like this Paula Dorff brush, this really cool Inglot brush that makes a killer crease color, especially if you're doing like a 90s look and you want to come right off that wing. Okay, my original MAC 138, you can even see where I would take clear polish and put it on the numbers so that they wouldn't wear off. Okay, remember this Sephora brush I used to love? It's got an angle. Like a whole little section of Wayne Goss brushes, the originals.
They're
This
not
is a
cheap.
Sonia G.
Neither
This
is
is a good
that.
brush. With the classic cheek brush.
See, it just shows. Just shows. They're really expensive brushes and she didn't even miss them. Wow.
I think this is Luxie. Yeah, Luxie Small Contour. Some of my very oldest Bobbi Brown brushes. My original MAC 184 fan brush. Bare Minerals. Oh, this was another, when I went put the set together, I thought, I'm missing some of those. I used to love those brushes. The Billy B brushes from Beautylish. Just so many good ones. Some good, this is an Elizabeth Arden mineral powder brush, my Bare Minerals powder brush, just some old Louise.
See, I know if my brush, one of my pots of brushes went walkabouts, I'd know that I didn't have it. Even though, like everybody else out there, I'm sure, I got an eyeshadow from Models Prefer once on QVC. Not the brand in Australia. It's an American lady, Stacey Shefflin or something. Anyway, there was a big fight over the name in the end, and then she went to Your Best Friend, and the stuff was never the same. But I got this. It was purple. There's a shock. There was this eyeshadow. It was all in one little round thing with stripes in, and it came with a brush. It's like a brush with a clear handle. Just a really cheap brush that she put in with it. And I always, that's the brush I look for when it's weird. Anybody else do that? You have your favourites. I mean, it doesn't even matter if you bought a brand new one that did the same thing. You still dig around for that old favourite that you've got. Weird.
Young. Some old Sigma, like this is the SS226. Remember when they named them after the MAC? So you can imagine how excited I was when I came across those things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little walk down memory lane. Many of you have probably been here since you were here when I hauled those for the first time, and you just have no idea how much I appreciate that. You guys, I just enjoy your friendship so much. I enjoy talking to you, and I just had to share that with you. You know how good things aren't as good if you don't have someone to share it with. So today, like I said, it's raining. I went, let's do 3 for 3. I wore the sweatpants again from Gap. These are the off-white ones, and I love them. And this bodysuit I got from Walmart. Oh gosh, hold on, John's calling. Okay, where was I? Will wants to go to Bricks. Oh, my sweatpants, the green ones. I need the green ones. I'm going to be so sad if they've sold out. I'll look online. I'd rather just go get them. And my Dean Davidson ring. I'm just loving these earrings so much. There's something about those with these, the Miranda Fry, I just like so much. And I brought out my Chanel watch. Still had the perfect time. Love it. No bronzer or anything today, so that's why I wanted to wear this so I wouldn't get anything goopy on it. So thank you guys for being here, and I will see you probably on Wednesday with the
Hump Day.
Traveling Carnivore video. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Oh, can't wait. What's a travelling carnivore when they're at home? Oh, what she eats when she's travelling. Right, I get it. Nope, Chanel's not lost anyway, has she? Bless her. Little lump. Anywho, thanks for staying to the end with me if you did, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.